Have you ever wondered if you could truly read someone, understand their thoughts and intentions just by observing them? Imagine possessing the wisdom to see through faces and truly grasp the essence of those around you. In today's messy world, this might seem like a superpower. But what if I told you that ancient Buddhist teachings hold the secrets to this remarkable ability? Today we journey into the heart of a centuries-old tale, one that reveals profound techniques for reading anyone. Stay with us as we unravel this captivating story, and by the end, you'll be equipped with timeless wisdom to understand people like never before. In the calm and spiritual mountains of ancient Tibet, there lay a quiet monastery known as Dharmadhatu. This monastery was famous for its monks who possessed extraordinary abilities of perception and wisdom. Among them was an elderly monk named Master Ananda, known far and wide for his supreme insight into the human soul. Master Ananda was a quiet man, his presence radiating a calm that made those around him feel both at ease and deeply respected. His eyes, often described as intense yet compassionate, seemed to see beyond the surface, straight into the heart of any matter. One day, a young learner named Samten comes to him. Samten was a bright and eager student, always thirsting for knowledge and understanding. One day, by curiosity, he approached Master Ananda with a burning question. "Master," Samten began, "how is it that you can understand people so deeply? How can you see what lies within their hearts and minds?" Master Ananda smiled, his eyes twinkling with a wisdom that hinted at countless untold stories. "It is not a gift, young Samten, but a skill that can be cultivated with patience, practice, and a pure heart. Let me share with you a tale, and through it, the techniques to truly see and understand others." And so Master Ananda began his story. Many years ago, in a village settled at the base of the Himalayas, there lived a humble potter named Aman. Aman was known for his beautiful pottery, each piece crafted with particular care and attention. Despite his talent, Aman led a simple life, content with his work and the small joys it brought him. One day, a wealthy merchant named Alex arrived in the village. Alex was seeking the finest pottery for his grand mansion, and Aman's creations had caught his eye. He approached Aman's shop with a critical eye, inspecting each piece with an air of superiority. "These are quite attractive," Alex remarked, "but how do I know they are truly worth the price you ask?" Aman responded with a calm assurance. "Each piece I create holds a part of my soul. They are not just objects, but extensions of my being. If you look closely, you will see their true value." Something in Aman's quiet confidence fascinated him. He purchased a few pieces and left, still doubting but curious. Time passed, and Alex returned to Aman's shop many times, each visit revealing a new layer of appreciation for the potter's work. One day, Alex found himself sitting with a man, sharing tea and stories. The merchant's initial arrogance had softened, replaced by a genuine respect for the humble potter. "Tell me, Aman," Alex asked one evening, "how is it that you understand people so well? You seem to see beyond their masks, their pretenses. How do you do it?" Aman smiled, a gentle expression that spoke of years of quiet observation and reflection. "It is not magic, Alex. It is a practice rooted in the teachings of the Buddha. Allow me to share these insights with you." Aman's first lesson to Alex was about mindfulness. To truly see others, he explained, you must first learn to see yourself. Mindfulness is the practice of being fully present, of observing your thoughts, emotions, and sensations without judgment. When you understand your own inner workings, you begin to see the same patterns in others. He taught Alex to meditate, to sit quietly and observe his breath, his thoughts, and his feelings. At first, Alex found it difficult. His mind raced with countless distractions, but Aman encouraged him to keep it up. Slowly, Alex began to find a sense of calm, a space where he could observe without reacting. Alex's initial struggles with meditation were typical of a beginner. He felt restless and often doubted the process. One day, frustrated with his inability to quiet his mind, Alex confronted Aman. "Why is this so difficult, Aman? How can I ever achieve the level of mindfulness you speak of?" he asked with frustration. Aman placed a comforting hand on Alex's shoulder. "Patience, my friend. The mind is like a wild horse. It takes time to train. Each time you bring your focus back to your breath, you are training your mind to be still. Persevere, and you will see the fruits of your labor." Encouraged by Aman's words, Alex continued his practice. Gradually, he noticed subtle changes within himself. His mind began to settle, and he found moments of clarity amidst the chaos of his thoughts. This newfound stillness allowed him to observe his own emotions and reactions with greater awareness. Next, Aman introduced the concept of compassionate listening. To truly understand someone, you must listen with your whole being, he said. Listen not just to their words, but to the emotions behind them, to the silence between them. Everyone has a story, a struggle. When you listen with compassion, you begin to see the person beneath the surface. Alex practiced this with Aman, listening to the villagers as they spoke of their joys and sorrows. He learned to hear the unspoken words, the hidden fears and desires that shaped their lives. Through this practice, he began to see the world through their eyes, gaining a deeper understanding of their actions and motivations. One evening, as they sat by the fire, a villager named Pema approached Aman and Alex. She carried with her a heavy burden, both physically and emotionally. Pema had lost her husband to a sudden illness and was left to care for their 3 young children on her own. As she shared her story, her voice shivered with grief and exhaustion. Alex listened intently. He noticed the way her hands shaken as she spoke, the sadness in her eyes. Through compassionate listening, he was able to connect with her pain on a deeper level. "Thank you for sharing your story, Pema," Alex said softly. "Your strength and resilience are truly inspiring. If there is anything we can do to help, please let us know." Pema's eyes flooded with tears, and she said, "Just having someone to listen means more than you can imagine. Thank you." Through experiences like these, Alex learned that compassionate listening was not just about understanding others, but also about creating a space for healing and connection. He began to see the villagers not just as customers, but as individuals with unique stories and struggles. The third lesson was about non-attachment. Often our judgments cloud our perception, Aman explained. We see others not as they are, but as we want them to be, or fear them to be. To truly understand someone, you must let go of your preconceptions and biases. Approach each person with an open mind and heart, allowing them to reveal their true selves to you. Alex found this particularly challenging. He realized how often his own fears and desires colored his interactions with others. But with Aman's guidance, he learned to let go of these attachments, approaching each person with a fresh perspective, free from judgment. One day, a mysterious traveler named Karma arrived in the village. Karma was an explorer, his clothes worn and his eyes filled with a world of stories. The villagers were suspicious of him, suspicious of his unknown origins and intentions. Alex, too, felt a sense of unease, but he remembered a man's lesson on non-attachment. "Welcome, Karma," Alex greeted the traveler with a warm smile. "What brings you to our village?" Karma's eyes softened, and he shared his tale of a long journey in search of wisdom and solace. As Alex listened without judgment, he realized that Karma was not a threat, but a seeker of peace, much like himself. By letting go of his preconceptions, Alex was able to see the true nature of the traveler and offer him the kindness he sought. Through these experiences, Alex learned the power of non-attachment. He discovered that by releasing his biases and judgments, he could connect with others on a deeper, more authentic level. This newfound openness allowed him to see the world with fresh eyes, free from the distortions of fear and desire. Finally, Amen spoke of observing the indirect. People reveal themselves in many ways, he said, through their body language, their tone of voice, their choice of words. These subtle cues can tell you much about their true feelings and intentions. Learn to observe these details with a keen eye and an open heart. Alex practiced this diligently, observing the way people moved, the way they spoke, the way their expressions shifted in different situations. He began to notice patterns, to understand the unspoken language of the human heart. One afternoon, Alex observed a young couple, Tashi and Dolma, who often visited Aman's shop. Tashi was a confident, outgoing man, while Dolma was quiet and reserved. As Alex watched them interact, he noticed that Dolma often looked down and played with her hands when Tashi spoke. He sensed a tension between them, something unspoken but palpable. Curious, Alex approached Dolma one day as she was browsing the pottery. "Is everything all right, Dolma? You seem troubled." Dolma hesitated, then sighed. "It's Tashi. He means well, but sometimes he does not listen to me. I feel like my thoughts and feelings don't matter." Understanding the indirect cues he had observed, he said, "I see. It can be challenging when we feel unheard, especially by those we care about deeply. Have you spoken to Tashi about how you feel?" Dolma looked down, her voice hardly above a whisper. "I've tried, but he always seems to dismiss it, saying I worry too much." Alex placed a reassuring hand on her shoulder. Sometimes people don't realize the impact of their actions until it is gently brought to their attention. Perhaps there is a way to communicate your feelings more clearly in a moment when he is more receptive. Encouraged by Alex's understanding and advice, Dolma decided to have a heartfelt conversation with Tashi. She chose a quiet evening and with a calm behavior expressed her feelings honestly. To her relief, Tashi listened, his expression softening as he realized the depth of her hurt. "I had no idea you felt this way, Dolma," Tashi said gently. "I promise to listen more and to value your thoughts and feelings. I'm sorry for making you feel otherwise." This conversation marked a turning point in their relationship. Tashi became more mindful of his behavior, and Dolma felt more valued and understood. Observing this transformation, Alex realized the power of subtle observation and compassionate involvement. Months turned into years, and Alex continued to practice the lessons he had learned from Amen. His ability to read people deepened, and his reputation as a wise and understanding merchant grew. He formed genuine connections with those around him, transforming his interactions from mere transactions to meaningful relationships. One day, as Alex prepared to leave the village for new ventures, he turned to Aman with deep gratitude. "You have given me a gift beyond measure," he said, "the ability to truly see and understand others. How can I ever repay you?" Aman smiled, his eyes reflecting the wisdom of countless lifetimes. "Share this gift with others, Alex. Teach them to see with their hearts, to understand with compassion. In this way, you will honor the teachings of the Buddha and spread light in the world." Alex promising to carry forward the lessons he had learned. As he departed, he felt a deep sense of peace, knowing that he had found not just success, but true wisdom. So, specific techniques that can help you read anyone, as taught by the ancient Buddhist wisdom. 1. Mindfulness. The first step to understanding others is understanding yourself. Mindfulness is the practice of being fully present in the moment, observing your thoughts, emotions, and sensations without judgment. Here's how to cultivate mindfulness. Meditation. Spend a few minutes each day sitting quietly, focusing on your breath. Notice your thoughts and feelings, but don't engage with them. Just observe. Daily mindfulness. Practice being present in your daily activities. Whether you're eating, walking, or working, bring your full attention to the task at hand. Notice the details and sensations involved. Self-reflection. Take time to reflect on your experiences and reactions. Ask yourself why you feel a certain way and explore the underlying causes. 2. Compassionate listening. To truly understand someone, you must listen with your whole being. Here are some tips. Active listening. Focus entirely on the speaker. Avoid interrupting or planning your response while they're talking. Instead, listen to understand. Empathy. Try to put yourself in the speaker's shoes. Imagine how they feel and what they might be experiencing. Nonverbal cues. Pay attention to body language, facial expressions, and tone of voice. These can provide valuable insights into the speaker's true feelings. 3. Non-attachment. Letting go of your preconceptions and biases allows you to see others more clearly. Practice these techniques. Mindful communication. Engage in conversations without the intent to convince or win. Simply share and receive ideas without attachment to the outcome. Acceptance. Recognize that everyone has their own path and experiences. Accept people as they are, rather than as you wish them to be. 4. Observing the indirect. People communicate much through nonverbal cues and indirect behaviors. Here are ways to sharpen your observational skills. Body language. Learn to read body language. Notice gestures, posture, and movements. These can indicate comfort, discomfort, openness, or defensiveness. Facial expressions. Pay attention to micro-expressions which can reveal true emotions. Even fleeting facial expressions can provide deep insights into a person's feelings. Tone of voice. The way something is said can be as important as what is said. Listen for changes in pitch, speed, and volume to measure emotions and intentions. Contextual clues. Observe the environment and context of interactions. People's behavior can change based on where they are and who they are with. By integrating these techniques into your daily life, you can develop a deeper understanding of those around you, much like Alex did under the guidance of Aman. In the modern life, we often overlook the subtle art of truly understanding one another. Yet, as our story of Aman and Alex illustrates, this ancient wisdom can transform not just how we perceive others, but also how we connect with the world around us. By practicing mindfulness, compassionate listening, non-attachment, and observing the subtle, we can develop the profound ability to read and understand anyone. Imagine the impact this could have on your relationships, your career, and your personal growth. As you cultivate these skills, you'll find yourself more empathetic, more connected, and more insightful. You'll navigate social interactions with a newfound ease and clarity, fostering deeper and more meaningful connections. So, I invite you to take these lessons to heart and apply them in your daily life. Start small, be patient with yourself, and watch as your understanding of others deepens. Thank you for watching, and may you find clarity and connection in all your interactions.